Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel that have been scattered worldwide. It's morehyosh Yahu of the ARK. And thought I'd come to you on this Shabbat to talk about a very important subject that's facing us right now. And that is, of course, we're seeing the riots that are happening all over the world. Well, I should say all over America. And once again, you see Israel in the streets. It's almost like we're watching Groundhog Day, y'all. Just like, here we go again. One second. Put some light in here. That's better. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let me begin this video by first saying that to the family, obviously, of George Floyd and the people of Minneapolis from the ARK are the condolences, go out. And I pray that you understand, how much this is affecting us around the world and how we are praying for your recovery. We are praying that YAH brings you comfort during this hour on behalf of the Awakening Remnant Coalition. Once again, here we are speaking to family and friends and loved ones of another slain Hebrew Israelite, slain in cold blood, just like all the rest of them. And once again, we see what's going on in the situation of the riots. Normally, Zion, during this time, I am in meditation, trying to prepare. I use my early Shabbats to just kind of relax and prepare my heart and mind for what YAH wants to share through me on the Shabbat message. And sometimes we come together and just do a meditation. But this particular time we're coming together because my heart has been burdened all day long. Just couldn't shake it. And while the death of our brother and in such a hideous and inhumane and animalistic nature, I mean, when you have Satan not only killing a Hebrew, but you saw the devil, pose on him like, if you ever, I'm from the country and I've watched these heathens, when they go on these hunts and they hunt down, say like a big buck, a big deer, you know what I'm saying? They go and they put their knee on it, and they kneel down with the gun next to it. They kill a bull or a big old boar. They do the same thing. They hold the head up and then they, that's what they do. If they go on a safari and they kill a bull or something like that, they do the same thing, So that picture right there, I've seen it so many times, living in the country, that when I saw him in that pose, I said, that's the devil right there. That's the ultimate prize for Satan, when he can literally kill a Hebrew and feel the life of the Hebrew go out. That gives him one of the most crazy rage-filled thrills that he can get. Satan does come to steal, kill, and destroy. We've watched this so many times. Once again, I start feeling like it's Groundhog Day. And I said, can I even in my state, do I even have a word for Israel? Do I even have a word for the nation and for the world? And I asked YAH, I said, YAH, I know Israel all over the world need to hear a word from you. And I want to give them a word of encouragement. And I hate to say this, Zion, all day long, he keeps telling me the same thing. And then I'll just give you all some insight on the moray. Then I had a conflict internally with what YAH kept telling me. I'm in conflict with YAH. Not I'm against YAH. I'm saying my physical self was in conflict because I wanted to have something to say that was going to be, something happy, I guess, for lack of better terms. Something that would make people, be able to smile and be like, oh, okay. And the more I studied it and the more I prayed about it, the more I meditated on it, he said, no, you cannot, as the seer to Israel, or as a seer in Israel, as one of the men that YAH has called to talk to the 12 tribes of Israel, I cannot ever fall into the trap of wanting to be accepted by all the other people in the world or even other preachers. And while everybody is scrambling for words of encouragement to say to Israel, I was doing the same thing. But YAH said, are you gonna obey me, or are you gonna just do what you think people want to hear right now? And then, of course, y'all already know I'm sold out to Abba YAH. I have given my whole life to him. I have nothing left of myself but to give to him. So when he put it down on my heart like that, I was like, I surrender all to you. So whether people like it or encourage this, however it is, YAH, you tell me what to say, and I'm going to say it to your people. And those of you who follow morehyosh, and you've been doing this for a while, if you know, or if you appreciate the fact that I'm going to share what YAH has told me to share, would you put a 7 in this chat? Let the world know that, hey, sometimes we don't get what we call good news. Look at them 7s. Sometimes we don't get what's called good news. Whew. One of the things I teach all over the nation, I've been teaching this for a while, is that the word gospel that's in your Bible in English is translated good news. But in Hebrew, you don't get tov. It's not based on whether it is good or not. When we get news, it's just news. And the idea of whether something is good news or bad news, as far as YAH is concerned, it is whether it's good or bad based on what you think or how you feel is irrelevant as far as YAH is concerned. He's going to tell you the news whether you like it or not. I guess that's the way I'm trying to say it. In other words, he doesn't have to filter what he's getting ready to say through how you accept what he's getting ready to say. He doesn't do it like that. He just says, I'm going to give you the news. And the way the news will be either tov, which is functional, or ra, which is dysfunctional, or what the Bible calls evil, is depending on what side of the news you're on. That's the difference. The news is going to be the same, but how you see the news, how you approach the news, how you respond to the message is what determines if the message is good or bad to you. If that makes sense, place a 9 in this chat. That when YAH gives us news, it's just news. That's what it is. And whether it's good or bad depends on what side of the news you're on. Are you on YAH's side? If you're on YAH's side, then all of his news is good. Are you on the devil's side? Are you with the children of Israel, or are you on the other side? I'm telling you, as a moray, I struggled. I almost didn't even post tonight. That's how much I've been struggling with this one. And the reason is because, thank you, Total Rabah, for those posting 9. The reason why I struggle to post is because I keep feeling like it's this Groundhog Day. Like, again, do y'all know how many times in the last, say, 4 years that we've had shoot, killing, cop flee the scene, people protest, cop arrested, people protest, burn up stuff. Then they come back, get a family some money. Either the cop go to jail and then get off in 2 years, or he gets set free completely. Blah blah blah. Then we get off the street, and then a couple of weeks later, same thing happened. A brother just in the park gets shot. People get in the street, they protest, they arrest the cop, they get a family some money. Everybody, hands up, don't shoot. No justice, no peace. We loot some stuff, burn up some stuff, and then go back to our places. And then same thing happened again. 3 months later, same thing happened again. Oh, so-and-so got killed in the middle. And we go out and same thing is like, this happens, then boom, 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 boom. They're going to interview Jesse Jackson. They're going to interview whoever else. They're going to, what do you have to say? They're going to get a couple of actors. Actors, what you got to say about this? They're going to interview a couple of singers. The singers are going to say what they think about that. And they're all going to say the same thing. We got to get to the point where, we can just see everybody as one. We're going to get to the point where we all just, see each other as human beings. We got to get to the point where, everybody understands we all bleed red. We got to get to the point where Black Lives Matter. And it's like this. And it's starting to freak me out. Because, and I know that's a harsh word, but I'm starting to wonder, are we sitting in some kind of weird, in some kind of weird twilight zone, Zion? And every time we seem to want to take to the streets, based on my observation, the powers that be and the power of the devil is increasing his military presence, bringing out the Hebrew killing machines. And you see the National Guards and the local police and the SWAT teams. And then all our people, all these Hebrew Israelites run out in the street, making themselves sitting ducks for people who just want to kill them. And you would think after one protest it'd be over. No. I can literally remember like 8 of them. Just on top of my head, just like 8 times this has happened. Just recent. And as I was sitting here putting this message together for Zion tonight, the Most High said, you do know y'all been doing this like since the 30s and since the 40s and 50s, right? I was like, before I was born? Mm-hmm. Does it work? Nope. So why would we keep doing the same thing over and over again if it don't work? As a matter of fact, do y'all know what the dictionary definition of insanity is? Well, I don't know if it's a dictionary, but it's a colloquial definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And so I asked Abba YAH, I said, so what are you trying to tell me? He said, I'm the one that's never gonna let protesting solve the problem of the Israelite. Never gonna let that happen. Wait, what? Protesting will never work for the Israelite. Protesting might work for the Scottish. It might work for the European. It might work for the German. It might work for the Polish. It might even work for some fringe groups. It ain't gonna never work for the Hebrews. Y'all can forget it. And this is what people say. Moray, if, man, we're gonna make a difference, we gotta hit these people in their pocketbook. That's the only thing they listen to is their pocketbook. Y'all, they print money. And when you're struggling economically, you think in your mind everybody's struggling economically. But you're not struggling economically if you can print the money. The powers that be print money. You're not hurting anybody when you tap stuff because everybody got insurance. And by the way, hurting somebody ain't helping you. I know this is tough coming from the Moray. I'm just trying to share with you what the Most High told me. He said it's not going to ever happen. So why not? Well, number one, we are moving into the time of Jacob's trouble. I told you, I preached a whole message on this years ago. It's the time of Jacob's trouble. Protesting ain't going to get us out of Jacob's trouble. Marching streets, burning down buildings. That's not what we're told in the Bible. So before I get to my text, let me try to help Zion. Let's start with some fundamental, basic truths to start this chat on this Shabbat. Number one, you and I, we are the children of Yisrael. We are the people of the Most High YAH. Our Elohim is YAH. Whether you have accepted that or not or rejected that, it don't change the fact that we are his people. We, the sons and daughters of the slave trade, we are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Oh. We are, let me get this right. Here we go. We are his beloved. Beloved. We're the apple of his eye. And we're married to him. He is our king. He's our Elohim. He's our savior. We got to get that in our head. That as a people, we're in a covenant. Our forefathers, your grandma, let me make it plain as I can. Your grandmother and your grandpa, they raised their hands and they all agreed with one voice to enter into a blood covenant with YAH. And they knew what the covenant was when they entered into the covenant. They knew what it was. They knew it was blood in and blood out. They knew that. They knew it based on the sacrificial system, and they also knew it because YAH set it up like that from the beginning with Abraham. He told him, split them animals in half. That's bloody. Then he killed the birds. Said, don't split the birds, but he still had to kill the birds. You knew that this relationship between us and Abba YAH through Abraham, the covenant is in blood, which means when we obey him, and we walk according to his way, we are covered by the blood. When we disobey him, then we have to then shed our blood. It's a blood covenant. You're in with him, his blood. You act out, it's going to be your blood. It's the covenant. It's a covenant in blood. Obey Yah, you'll be on top, the head and never the tail. Disobey, you'll be on the bottom. That's the covenant. Whether you, Zion, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It's the truth. It's the facts. And the fact is proven by the text is proven by the fact you still live in the land of your captivity. This is happening in the land where your people were slaves. Do y'all get that? Do you understand that the Bible said you're going to be in a land that's not yours and that you're going to be getting mistreated? And now he said, and the last captivity will be noted by one thing: you will never get back. Only Yah is going to get you back. And here we are, all of us scattered into all these various places around the world. Even after the Emancipation Proclamation, still in the land of our captivity. The satanic slavers have kids. And those children are taught that they were your masters. And then those people have children and they teach those people were our slaves. As a matter of fact, we the Davises and all the black people you see named last name Davis, those are all your slaves. Those were your slaves. That's why I told y'all to drop it. Malcolm was right about that. That whole, the whole system of slavery, you're in the land. That's my point. You're still in the land where you were a slave. So the subject tonight is, number one, how come or why doesn't protesting work for you, Zion? Why does it not work? How come protesting don't work for us? How come it doesn't work for us, the children of Israel? How come when we protest, it don't work for us? Because slaves, I don't care what's written down on paper. Slaves don't have rights in lands that ain't theirs. Write this down. Coming from morehyosh tonight, I'm going to wrap it all up. But write this down. Black lives don't matter. Write that down as a point number one. Black life. How does a black life matter? What is a black? You see how you thrown off in your own protest language? What is black? See? I mean, black is what? What nation is black? What nationality is black? What language is black? Who's the president of black? Where's the country called black? Where's the tribes called black tribe? I'm just black. Oh, they don't, Maury, it ain't no, they know what we mean. No, that's not the point. You're using a term that don't matter. Black don't matter. What is black? As long as you keep referring to yourself as black, and black has no meaning, no roots, no land, no economic system, no system of government, no laws, no rules, no regulations, no Elohim, just black. I'm black. What is black? So if you can't define black, how does it matter? Israelites' lives matter. How about that? Israel matters. Israelites matter. Reuben matters. Simeon matters. Levi matters. Yehuda matters. Dan matters. Zebulon matters. Issachar, Joseph, Benjamin, Ephraim, Manasseh. Now you got a name. Now you have a tribe. Now you have a nationality. But we are so lost as a people. We don't even know we're Israel. And if we are Israel, we ain't put it on the sign and say Israel life matter. 12 tribes of Israel's lives matter. You just put black. They called you black. The slavers. More, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. I'm trying to explain something to you. This thing is way deeper than you know. As long as you're not identifying with your Elohim, you are never, ever finna get out of any of this trouble. You can forget it. Everybody knows that the children of Israel are in covenant with Abba YAH. Everybody knows that on planet Earth. Not one tribe, one people, one nation that does not know that Israel is Yah's chosen people. Not one. I don't care where you go. You go to Russia, you go to Germany, you can go to China, you can go up to Alaska, you can go down to South America. I don't care where you go. Everybody knows that Israel is Yah's chosen people. So as long as you don't know you Yah's chosen people and you just keep hollering black, why would anything black matter to you? What's black? I know y'all not talking about color. Because there's some people in Mexico blacker than you. There's some people in China blacker than you. There's some people in India blacker than you. There's some people in Africa blacker than you. So what is black? You have to, and you don't have to choose a nation, period. You got to choose a nation. You have to say, we're Israelites, if you want to matter. Italians, and if that would have happened to an Italian, ain't nowhere in the world an Italian would have said, white lives matter. White, they'd have said, Italy, mafia. Everybody know what that means. You better start claiming a nationality and not a dang crayon box color. That's why protesting don't work for you. Number two, you the children of Israel, which I already told you, number one. So therefore, your hope is never going to be in the government, not in the government of your slavers. Forget it. Man, the history tells us, history tell you what? Man, there's been many times that people have, as a nation, are you kidding me? You know how many brothers right now in prison on a free case? You know how many brothers have died in this judicial system and was innocent? You know how many sisters have died and was innocent? You know how many people have been overlooked in jobs? You know how many people who've been disenfranchised, lynched, raped, murdered? You just think about it. If we're hearing about 1,000 or more a year cases, 2,000 to 3,000 a year, just because somebody had a cell phone and could record it, how much is going on that's not being recorded? Nobody wants to listen to Martin Luther King in his last years. Martin Luther King said, I think I may have integrated. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. You Israel. Protest is not going to matter, because if protesting works, then you're going to take the credit. And y'all's not getting ready to give you the credit. Period. And if protesting works, then the government, this wicked government, will take the credit, and YAH is not going to give this government credit either. What are we supposed to be doing at this time? We are supposed to be coming together as a nation. Fathers, sons, wives, daughters, families, researching Torah, find out where we went wrong as a nation, then turning to him with all of our heart, all of our soul, all of our mind, and all of our strength, and then loving him, and then loving our neighbor as ourselves. We got to line up with the Torah. Why? So YAH will turn his face back to us. I was looking all through the Bible, y'all. You do know they didn't get out of Egypt because they was marching the streets of Egypt talking about don't shoot. Their hands up. Not how you got out of Egypt. YAH delivered them out of Egypt. They didn't whip the Amalekites because they were such good fighters. They whipped the Amalekites because YAH told Moshe, hold your hands up. And while Moses' hands was up, then YAH fought the battle. Y'all remember Joshua when he was fighting? He said, YAH, when the sun go down, we lose. When the sun is up, we win. What happened then? YAH told the sun, stay up. He's always been our battle axe. He's always been our warrior. He's always been our fighter. We've never been able to march our way into or out of anything. Go back and read your history. YAH brought the walls of Jericho down. YAH whooped the Amalekites. YAH whooped the Jebusites. YAH whooped the Canaanite people in the land, and the Hittites and the Havites. And every time we sinned, they begin to whoop us. When we got righteous, then YAH would fight our battle. Y'all remember what happened with Hezekiah, right? Man, king come telling him, man, look, y'all can't trust in Yahuwah no more. You can't trust in YAH. That's what the messenger came. He said, don't listen to your prophets either, because YAH done gave everybody the land. And the king was like, oh my goodness, is this really true? Y'all know the story. And this man had 186,000 fighting men. But the dude spoke a little too much. And YAH sent an angel and killed them all in one night. Israel, we've always had YAH. If y'all can understand where Maury is going with this, put an 11 in this chat. Because for us to somehow think that we've had YAH, but now we don't need YAH no more. All we need is to get together and march and then throw out a bunch of cliches. It ain't going to help us, Zion. That ain't going to help us none. Now I'm going to risk sounding like what they want to label a coon. And I'm not a coon. Y'all know me. But I'm going to tell you what y'all love, and that's the truth. You do know that they will never stop killing us while we continue to kill each other. It's a principle laid down in scripture. And I've heard the argument, no, it's different. It's more, no. It's different when a black person kills a black person, but when they do it, what? How is that different in your brain? Who taught you that? No, man, it's just different. Who taught you that? Black lives, quote unquote, don't matter in the hood, but they only matter when what are you talking? I don't understand that. Where did you get that from? What makes you think that YAH is going to fight for you and fight against your enemies when you killing you? I don't know where you got that from. Who taught you that? Unless the powers that be taught you that. You can't keep killing yourselves and expect other people to not join in on the killing. You reap what you sow, Zion. I'm not saying it's your fault. That's not my point. I'm saying if you perpetuate killing, then killing will be perpetuated into your community and on your people. I guarantee you this. And I know I'm speaking to the whole nation. And I have to be careful about the position and the power that YAH has given me as a spokesman for his people. So when I say this, I want y'all to really listen to what I'm saying. If we just stop killing each other, we'll put ourselves in a position to where now Abba YAH turns his face back to us and inclines his ear back to us. Because we stopped killing each other. No more abortions. We cut that out. We kill no more babies. And we're not killing no more of our brothers on the corner. We're not killing no more of our sisters. We are not killing each other. Israel ain't killing Israel no more. Watch what's going to happen. This is what would happen. At that time, you're putting yourself in a position now to have YAH fight your battle against your enemies. Because remember, if Israel is killing Israel, then Israel becomes Israel's enemy. Do you understand that? So you don't want YAH to fight that. You don't want YAH fighting against the enemies of Israel when the enemies of Israel are Israel, is Israel. If that makes sense. If Israel is killing Israel, that means Israel is an enemy. And if YAH's going to kill the enemies of Israel, he's going to have to start with killing Israel. Do you get that? Does that make sense? Put a 21. That ain't no coon statement. That's a true statement. Israel cannot just be killing Israel, or Israel becomes Israel's own enemy. And them 21s is in here. So watch this. We turn back to Torah and we stop killing each other. We stop this high murder rate every weekend, every day. No, we stop. Now watch this. Watch YAH. And I got scriptures for this. But watch YAH. YAH then says, oh, okay. They turning back to me. They're turning back to Torah. They're going to keep that commandment, thou shalt not kill. Okay, now let me be a fence around my people. Let me protect them. And you all have never seen YAH work on your behalf like you will if you stop killing each other. You'll never, let me tell you something. Other nations will be afraid. They'll be afraid to even say anything about any of us. Weird stuff will start happening. One of them try to kill one of us, and it would just take one little prayer. YAH, you saw that, right? YAH like, oh, I saw it. I'm going to get him. I'm finna get 15, 20 more. That's when you're talking about being still and letting YAH fight your battles. All of a sudden, it'll be like, hey, don't mess with them Israelites. Why? They have an Elohim that it fights for them. YAH got tornadoes that he just waiting to unleash on the enemies of Israel. YAH got earthquakes. Man, y'all got flies and frogs, and he's got all kind of plagues and diseases. He just waiting to unleash on the heathen on our behalf. But we keep getting in his way, trying to get the glory, trying to do it ourselves, trying to go to the enemy for righteousness and justice. How does that make sense? In the land of your captivity, thinking you're going to be an equal. They just don't see you as equal. If they did, they would not say a black man got killed. They would just say a man got killed. They wouldn't say a white police. Watch this. I'm gonna let you guys see the psychological difference. I'm gonna let y'all see this. Imagine if the headlines would have been, a policeman kills a man by putting his knee on his neck. That creates one type of agitation in your spirit. A policeman kills a man. Oh, that's jacked up. Then later on, a policeman kills a black man. Oh, it's just a black man. Oh, okay. If they'd have said, a policeman killed a white man, they'd be like, what? Now watch this headline. What if it say, a black man kills a white man by putting his knee on his neck until he died, 9 minutes. Everybody be like, no, you joking. See? So even in your mind, Zion, there's a difference between a white man dying and a black man dying. Even in your mind. You can't even imagine a black man, a black police, killing a white man by putting his knee on his neck for 9 minutes till he died. You can't even imagine a white man putting his knee on another white man's neck until he died. But as soon as they say it was a black man, then everybody goes, oh, okay, I get it. It's a black man. Sad. Now let the headlines read that the police put his knee on an Italian until he died. Let it read, the policeman wrestled down a German to the ground and put his knee on his neck till he died. Or a Russian, or a Chinese. I just want you to understand that psychologically, being in this nation, everybody keeps black people on another secondary level. That's why they say there's a majority race and the minority. That's why they have terms like a protester and a riot. A protester and a thug. A protester and some hooligans. That's why you see that difference. Because it wasn't long ago, I watched the news and I saw some so-called white people, Europeans, they were marching with guns. AK-47s, M16s, 9mm, 357 mag, 44, 45, Colt 45, guns strapped. Nary a shot fired. Nobody choked out. One death, not one death. Why? Because in their mind, that's a protest because those are people. Those are people protesting against injustice. Those are people fighting the government. When you protest, you're not a people in their mind. When you protest, it is a rebellion. Do y'all get the difference between a protest and a rebellion? If you do, put a 37 in this chat. And I know some of y'all scared to put a 37 in here. Go under a fake name. If you don't want to know, man, somebody might be watching this video, man. I get you, step and fetch your scaredy pants. But everybody else put a 37. There's a difference between a protest and a rebellion. And anytime you protest, it's not a protest in their mind. In their mind, it is a rebellion. It's a slave rebellion. And so they send out the nickel patrol, the bounty hunters, the slave catchers, and they send them out and now, you go get them Negroes back under control. So there's no such thing for you when it comes to protesting. Have y'all heard them say this lately? Did you hear this today when they said it's okay for them to protest, but they got to do it peacefully. They have to do it lawfully. Is that what y'all did when you threw all that tea in the Boston Harbor? Was that a lawful protest? When you sunk all of England's goods, when you demanded taxation, ain't no taxation without representation, was that all? Was that all legal? Was that all peaceful? When you started killing ambassadors that was coming over here with a word from the king and they would go back dead, was that peaceful? Was that law abiding? No, but they could do it. Why? Because they see themselves as people, not slaves. They saw themselves as patriarchs, not in a rebellion. But when you do something in your land of your captors, it's always looked at as a rebellion. That's why I say it's dangerous for us to go out there trying to be like them. It has never worked for us, and it's not working now. Matter of fact, it's about to get some people killed. We got to turn back to YAH. All right, here we go. I need Zion. We're taking notes tonight. I told you I'm just going to give you news. Whether it's good or bad is up to you. Turning back to YAH means keeping his commandments. Which means that if you are part of any religion, and you were, telling you that YAH's laws are done away with, it ain't no hope for you. If you believe YAH's laws are done away with and we don't have to follow YAH's laws and all that, it's no hope for you. That's how the 2/3, based on the Bible, of the children of Israel will be wiped out immediately, because all of the lawless are going to be killed. I know. You think I wanted to bring you this information tonight? But the Most High said this is how it's going to happen. You have to obey me. My laws have to be obeyed. Because anyone saying that the law is done away with, of course they can't follow me. That's lawlessness. So if you marching, but you're not trying to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High YAH, you wasting your time. Your power has never been in government. It has never been horses and chariots. It has never been the police force, government offices, court of law, Supreme Court. Our power as a people has always been and always will be the hope of our people, which is YAH. He's our only hope. Did you read the verse that says some people trust in horses, some people trust in chariots, but we will trust in YAH? That's all we've ever had. That's why I tried to lay that foundation in the beginning. What made Israel great was not that Israel itself was so strong. They had YAH as their Elohim. We got over here, and through slavery, they started the process of, and really I was talking to Iman today, and he said the process of miseducation. He said, and it's so deep in our psyche. We're so miseducated that we don't even know how to properly respond to anything because the information that's been given to us is so off. So even if we do try to explain how to come into the light and get out of the darkness, nobody knows how to do it because nobody's been taught. You don't even know our people don't even know they're Israel. They have no idea that this nation is never, ever going to allow them to have absolute equal footing. They're going to find a way to keep the majority and to keep the power. That's just what a nation does. We must turn back to Yah. Number 2, we got to keep his commandments. Number 3, we have to humble ourselves. Yep. You know what that means? We got to apologize to Yah for all of our idolatry and wickedness, for leaving the Torah. Y'all do know you done tried everything, right? Nothing's working. That's by design. Yah's not going to let anything work. Only thing going to work on your behalf, Zion, is him. Y'all been Christian, that didn't work. Muslim, that didn't work for you. Buddhist, that didn't work for you. New Age movement, that didn't work for you. Name it and claim it, that didn't work for you. Black Panther, that didn't work for you. 50 centers, or whatever they call them, 50%, I don't know what, that ain't working for you. You march in the street, wait, don't shoot, that ain't working, they still shooting. Kaepernick put a knee down, lost his job. That's been years over police brutality, and that didn't work. Kneeling didn't work. Standing don't work. Walking down with your hands up don't work. And there's one thing you have not tried, Zion. One thing that as a nation we have not tried. How come the leaders, quote unquote, have not said, how about we try Torah? You done tried the government programs, they didn't work. You done tried all kind of different things. Nothing's working. What do you have to lose? Why don't you try Torah? Why don't you try keeping the laws and the statutes and the commandments? Why don't you try humbling yourself? Why don't you try eating a biblical diet, keeping the right feast days, worshiping on the Shabbat, keeping Yah first? Turn from your wicked ways. You done tried everything else. Tried Santa Claus. You tried a bunny. You tried Easter eggs. You tried Halloween masks. You tried it all. You tried white Caesar Borgia. Zion, at this point, what do you have to lose? Won't you try Yah? Won't you try his? Because Torah means his instructions. Why don't you try his laws, his statutes, and his commandments? Instead of running to the streets like you equal to them, and they prove it every time you go out there. It's a show of force that's just unbelievable. What are they showing you? What are they telling you? They're saying you are in rebellion. So how about this? How about we go to our Abba and tell the Abba, the enemies are too big for us. They got way more guns than us. They got more power than us. They got more land. They got more. They got but you are greater than all. You're the King of kings and the Master of masters. And we know based on the history of our people, if we ever turn to you with one voice, you will fight our battles. Why we don't try it? Let me read something to you on this Shabbat. Turn with me to Jeremiah chapter 13. Is that where I want to go? No, I want to go to, first, I want to go to Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17. Maury, what are you doing? Yes, I have to read the Bible. I'm not like the 400 lying prophets. That's all just trying to get in good with the king and get on his payroll and all that. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to help Zion. I'm going to show you something in your own Bible. Jeremiah 17, verse 1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron. Wait, Maury, come on, man. We being oppressed. There's a sin in Judah. Man, we don't want to hear that. We want to talk about the enemy. We'll get to the enemy in a moment. But do you understand that why we are under the oppressor right now is because of sin? Get that in your head. It's not no accident that we are in the land of our captivity. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart. Oh, they determined not to follow Yah. They're going to fight to eat swine flesh and shrimps and gumbos, talking about, I'll go to hell before I stop eating pig. That's you? That's written on your heart, huh? Oh, I can't give up my Sunday morning. Oh, no. Yeah, but y'all say keep the Shabbat. No, Sunday morning. Oh, it's written on your heart, huh? Oh, so Jeremiah not lying. And my white Jesus, yeah, but he's a black man. Why? Color don't matter, then make him black. Well, no, I mean, if color don't matter, why you don't make him black? Color don't matter. Make him black as the ace of spades. Well, you know, he probably more light-skinned. You ain't never seen him. How you know what color he is? Oh, but that image is written on your heart with a pen, an iron pen, and a diamond point. So nothing Moray says or nothing nobody else says is going to get you to change your sinful ways. But I'm going to read it anyway, because y'all told me to tell it to you. Upon the horns of your altar, and it's graven upon their hearts and upon the horns of your altars, while their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees on high hills. I mean, and not only is the people messed up, but they are putting their children into the same kind of idolatry. Upon my mountain in the fields, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. Oh, sound like he getting ready to judge. Verse 3, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage. Did you hear that? He said you're going to discontinue from your heritage. How many of y'all know your heritage? See? Can't go back no more than about 3 generations, and even then you're going straight to a slave master. You can't even trace your heritage to 12 tribes of Israel. That's my point. You're going to see it. He says, matter of fact, how many of us own the land that he gave us? I'm talking about own it. We're scattered. And I will cause thee to serve. See, this is the kind of stuff that Moray have to show the world because the world ain't gonna show you this. I'm gonna show it to you because you keep carrying your Bible around like it's the greatest thing in the world, and it is, but why don't you read it? And why don't you read it like it's supposed to be read? It identifies you. It tells you about how you got in trouble, but it will also tell you how to get out of trouble. Because we're in trouble now. What we're seeing is trouble. Well, let's read it. Verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. You're serving your enemies. Y'all can't see that's you? For you have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Oh, so you made up your mind you just wasn't going to follow him, huh? Forgot you was in a covenant. Verse 5. Thus saith Yahuwah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, that means it's the strength, and whose heart departeth from Yahuwah. You see that right there? You trusting in man. That's his dead. And he said, anybody do that, they cursed. You keep trusting in man. You keep thinking man's going to fix it. Man's going to solve it. If you just go out and march more and burn up some more stuff, tear up some more stuff, flip over some more stuff, you're going to stop it. That's what you really think, Zion. Israel, do you really think that a few more steps and the government going to be like, oh, we see it now. Let's make all the black people exactly equal to all the white people. Let's make everything perfectly smooth. No more racism, no more shooting, no more bad cops because they marched. Oh, did you see them march? We've been touched so deeply by their marching. We apologize. Here's your reparations. Here's your land. Here's control of all of your patents. And here's all the money that we stole from you from your record companies and your record deals. And here's all the money we took from you behind your back. And here's all the times we kept you at a disadvantage in school. And oh, the marching just got us. And we just repent. Oh, that marching that you guys did, it just really, really made us this. Man, they laughing at us, Zion. You think that's going to soften their hearts? Did you see them roll them tanks up there? Did you see them bring in the National Guard? Does that sound like repentance to you? Does that sound like you finna get another step toward righteousness? But guess what? Your pastor ain't going to read this to you because he's scared to lose an offering. I know people say, well, you know, why are you talking like that? I'm not going to send you nothing. You know what? Y'all raise up 10 more people to send something where you were sending something. How about that? That's how I trust y'all. He told me to tell the people what I tell you. Don't be like other preachers and prophets. So that's what I'm finna do. I'm going to show you what the Bible says. Cursed be the man that trusts in man. There it is right there. You trusting in man, you're living a cursed life. And maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departs from Yahuwah. Boy, you ain't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yah, you cursed. You're going to keep getting shot down. You're going to keep getting, listen, and it's just more than that. But ain't no way you lifting this curse off of you, keeping it and staying in idolatry and sin and not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And that preacher is steady telling you the law been done away with. For he shall be like a heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and shall not be inhabited. I don't have time for that right now, but that's a deep line. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahuwah, and whose hope, what? Yahuwah is. So cursed is the person trying to do it man's way. Blessed is the person whose hope is YAH. Did y'all see that? If you clearly saw that, would you put a hallelujah 100 in this chat on this Shabbat? That we are told this way you do it, you're going to be cursed. This way you do it, you'll be blessed. Now, what way have our nation chose to do it? The cursed way. We've chosen to trust man the cursed way. We've chosen to disregard the law, statutes, and commandments. So we try to do it the cursed way. And I told y'all cursed means hemmed in with unfavorable circumstances. So then what does blessed mean? Blessed in the Bible is when YAH, I'm talking about Hebrew, is when YAH stoops down as the power. He stoops down in order to benefit his child. So he says, do you want me to help you, or you want to keep doing it your way? Because if you keep doing it your way, trusting in man, you're going to stay cursed. You're going to stay in the situation. He says, but if you do it my way, you'll be blessed. Verse 7, blessed is the man that trusts in Yahweh and whose hope, our only hope is YAH. And them hallelujah 100s rolled up through here so fast, I think everybody reading it. And I know some folks that's just now waking up saying, Moray, my pastor never read this to me. My Sunday school teacher never read this to me. Matter of fact, all my life in the Bible, I never went into Jeremiah 17 and had it broken down like this. Yeah, because there's a famine, Zion, not of bread and water, a famine of hearing of the word of YAH. Even though everybody got the Bible, ain't nobody reading the Bible because you don't know this is your book. Blessed is the man that trusts in Yahuwah, who hope Yahuwah is. Oh, for he shall be planted like a tree by the waters. Sound like a psalm to me. And that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh. But her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought. In other words, she's not going to suffer when a drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. You're going to always be blessed and fruitful when you keep his word. Why? It's the covenant. It is the covenant. That's the covenant. Verse 9. Verse 9. Z put this in the room. Blessed. Watch this. Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Have you heard people say this? Man, just follow your heart, man. Whatever your heart, man. Just follow your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we just got to follow our heart. Who told you that? Where in the Bible did it say follow your heart? Another form of miseducation of our people. We're told to follow YAH because our heart is deceitful. So what does that mean? The people out here protesting, you don't think their heart is in it? Of course their heart is in it. And if you're watching me and you went out there, I'm not even talking about whether or not your heart wasn't in it. I know your heart's in it or you wouldn't have been out there. You took a chance on your life going out there. So I'm not saying anything negative about that. I'm just saying that's not how we're going to get out. That's not how we're going to fix anything. It's not how y'all's going to do it. One, your heart is deceitful. The heart will have you thinking you're right when you're wrong. The heart will have you thinking you're righteous when you're actually in error. The heart will have you thinking you worshiping Yah when you really bowing down to Caesar Borgia, a figment of someone's imagination. The heart of make you think that somebody else is Israel and you a Gentile. But the truth is, you're Israel. You're the one that has Abba YAH on your side. But you got to turn back to his laws, statutes, and commandments. Especially now, Zion is almost over. The whole thing is playing out exactly like it's supposed to. And part of the reason why I think I struggle as a Moreh is because I read it. I read the Bible so many times. It don't end up too good for the majority of us. And no matter how I want to pray that off of us, 2/3 ain't even gonna even get it, and then the other third got to pass by the under the bar. It's gonna be a bunch of them not gonna get in either. They just not gonna turn. So no matter what, they could be slaved, lynched, beat, killed. They could eat terrible and end up with high blood pressure, overweight, obesity. Their neighborhoods could be full of slums and drugs and prostitution and crime and bars on windows. They could be on the bottom of the totem pole. They could be called all kind of bywords and all that and never, ever turn. They just, okay, and it's like, dude, what else can y'all do? You're living on the bottom. Your people destroyed. So he's trying to get you to turn. He's trying to get you to reason with him. He's trying to tell you, you're my people. Nothing else is ever going to work but me. I am your hope. Without me, you're hopeless. Talking about you going to trust your heart. And I know y'all not trusting the heart of the enemy. I was talking to a brother, I'm not going to put his name in it. I was talking to a brother who said, and Moreh, but they took an oath. See, that's the difference. I say, who took an oath? He went like this. He said, oh, okay, yeah, I get where you go. Do you really understand what you just said? An oath to who? An oath to what? Oh, you talking about the same people who made an oath with the natives that were here? You talking about the same people who went into treaty with them? You talking about the people who have an oath and had slaves? You talking about people who had an oath and would rape and pillage? You talking about the people who had an oath and would lynch people right after service? You talking about them people? Raised their hand and said, I promise to protect and serve, and you believe that? They're not talking about protecting you and serving you. They're talking about protecting what they consider humans against you. They're protecting their neighborhoods. They're protecting their families against you. Did you hear Hillary Clinton say out of her own mouth, we got to have more policemen and more law enforcement to help us against these super predators? Who do you think she was talking about? You, Zion. They're not protecting you. Now, if you were residual because you live among them, that's one thing. But they're not, don't think in the mind of those people, they're like, I'm swearing to give my life for these black people in America. When they say protect and serve, they thinking, I'm protecting my neighborhood against y'all. Because anytime y'all act a fool, I'm going to have to be there as a go-between. And that's how they view themselves. Not all of them. I know there's some good ones. I'm like a person on TV now. I got friends who are police. They're not all bad. Of course not. Of course not. I'm not talking about that as a department of people. I would never say all of them are bad. That's ridiculous. I got relatives who are in law enforcement. Good buddies, friends. I done rode around in cop cars. So no, of course I'm not saying that. But my point is, if you're trusting an oath to have a person have a particular to exhibit a particular level of you're gonna need more than that. The heart is deceitful and above all things desperately wicked. Who can know it? Verse 10. I, Yahuwah, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Ooh. It don't matter what you think, no matter what other people think. He said, I'm the one to do that. As the partridge sitteth on eggs and hatches them not, so he that getteth riches, and not by right, shall leave them in the midst of his days. And at the end shall be a fool, and at his end shall be a fool. A glorious high throne from the beginning is the place of our sanctuary. Verse 13, we're going to hear it again. O Yahuwah, the hope of Israel. O Yahuwah, the hope of Israel. The hope of Israel. The hope of Israel. You only have one hope. He didn't say, oh, government, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, police department, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, United States, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, Mr. President, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, governor, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, preacher, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, my friend, the hope of Israel. No. Oh, let's go march. That's the hope of Israel. No. Oh, let's get together and let's just say cliches all day. Like we all bleed red and all of us are humans and Groundhog Day, I keep telling y'all, our only hope is YAH, period. Now, other nations, they have hope in other things. You don't. If you go to China, China got a 300 million soldiers. They got a military to hope in. In America, we got the armed forces. We got the, talking about this country. This country got Army, Navy, Marine. What I miss? Air Force, Sky Force. They got gold, silver. They got hope in other things other than YAH. Russia can hope in something other than YAH. Every other nation can hope in their horses, in their chariots, in their governments. But you, Zion, are being told in scripture, you ain't got but one hope. Turn away from that hope, it's over for you. Man, I ain't going with that more, right? Well, it's up to you. I'm reading out the Bible. Yahuwah, the hope of Israel. All that forsake thee shall be ashamed. That means put to shame. And it's true. And they that depart from me shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken Yahuwah, the fountain of living water. Heal me, O Yah, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved. For thou art my praise. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of Yahuwah? Let it come now. Verse 16. As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee. Neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. Be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. Jeremiah said, yeah, you know I'm trying to tell the truth out here. The people don't want to hear it. But I'm trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to stay strong. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, But let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. Y'all understand now? To the whole world, I got to tell you this. YAH is our only hope. Turning back to his laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not going to go out here and fight the king of killing. You can forget that. You're not going to go out here talking about, man, it was a brother there. He probably paid agent though, because they always have what's called agent provocateurs. So these are people who are put in crowds in order to provoke people to say stupid stuff so that they could kill people. So there's a provocateur that was put among the people today, and they interviewed him, and he said, "We're gonna start killing. Every time they kill one of us, we're gonna kill two of them," and all that. All that's doing is setting up a false narrative. Number one, you ain't got enough bullets. You don't got enough weaponry. You don't got no machinery. You ain't got one helicopter, one airplane, one rocket, one missile. Well, stop that dumb talk. You're not doing that. And you know you're not doing that. That's a provocateur. He's instigating to try to start something. What we need to do is turn to Abba Yah and ask him to fight our battles. But you can't ask him if you're not going to keep his commandments. And if you keep reading this passage, he's going to tell you to start. Where am I at? I've been up here so long, but that's all right. Y'all told me to tell you one more thing. Ezekiel. So let's go. Chapter 13. Ezekiel chapter 13. And then we out. I told you I wish I could have gave y'all much better happy news. But the truth is, marching ain't finna do nothing. Protests don't work with us. Because they're not looking at you as a protester. They're looking at you as a rebellious ex-slave who don't know your place. Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 1. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel. How far y'all want me to go? The whole book? Y'all don't know that I'm getting a text on the side. Y'all want me to get the whole book? I can't do the whole book tonight. Just trying to show you. Oh, you mean just finish that chapter? Oh, okay. All right. Verse 19. Thus saith Yahuwah, I'm going back to Jeremiah 17, by popular demand. Oh, so y'all do want to hear the scripts now. Oh, so y'all do want to hear the word of the prophets now. Thus saith Yahuwah unto me, go stand in the gate of the children of the people, whereby the kings of Judah come in, and by the which they go out, and in the gates of Jerusalem, and say unto them, hear ye the word of Yahuwah, you kings of Yehudah, and all Yehudah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, that enter in by these gates. Thus saith Yahuwah, take heed to yourselves, and bear no burden on the Shabbat day, nor bring it in the gates of Jerusalem. Neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Shabbat, neither do any work, but hallow ye the Shabbat, as I commanded your fathers. Oh, but verse 23, but they obeyed not, neither incline thy ears. mm. But made their necks stiff, that they may not hear nor receive instruction. I told y'all, that rebellion is written in the hearts with a iron pen and a diamond cutting tip. You ain't finna get me to give up my Sunday morning. So you just gonna profane the Shabbat? You're not gonna follow YAH. That's if you want to get back, you gotta go to the Shabbat. Where am I at? I'm gonna finish this. Since we just hanging out tonight, then I'll get to the Ezekiel and I'm gonna shut it down. They made their necks stiff that they might not hear nor receive instruction. And it shall come to pass, if you diligently hearken unto me, saith Yahuwah, to bring no burden through the gates of the city on the Shabbat, but to hallow the Shabbat, to do no work therein, then shall there enter into the gates of this city kings and princes, sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their princes and the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall remain what? Forever. And they shall come from the cities of Judah, and from the places about Jerusalem, and from the land of Benjamin, and from the plain, and from the mountains, and from the south, bringing burnt offerings and sacrifices and meat offerings, incense, and bringing sacrifices of praise unto the house of Yahuwah. Verse 27. But if you will not hearken unto me to hallow the Shabbat, and not to bear a burden, even entering at the gates of Jerusalem on the Shabbat, then I will kindle a fire in the gates thereof, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, and it shall not be quenched. Very, very sad, Zion. The Yahuwah said, I tell you what, how about this? How about we start with the Shabbat? Got to get a rebellious people. They're so far off base. How about we start our turning with the Shabbat? And do you know the people said, no, we're not doing that. All right, then look what you stuck with. Todah Rabbah for the encouragement to finish that. I got some sermons on that if you want to go back and look at them. All right, let's go now to Ezekiel chapter 13 on the Shabbat. And the word of Yah came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear you the word of Yahuwah. He's finna talk to the preachers. Now, I will say this, that the majority of our problems as a nation right now is a result of preachers. How do I know? I'm talking about Christian preachers. How do I know? I was one. See, in Israel, everything rises and falls on leadership. In Israel. That's why I have to be very careful as a moray to make sure I keep us with the Bible. That's why we read so many verses, Zion. That's why we sometimes will sit down and read a whole book together. If y'all understand that, put a 500 in this chat. That the whole purpose of a preacher and a prophet is to help people see the Bible, not to be impressed by the actual preacher himself. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy and saying to them, that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of Yah. Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, woe unto the foolish prophet that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. Oh, so a lot of people preaching ain't never seen nothing. So they're not really seers. O Israel, thy prophets are like foxes in the desert. They have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedges for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of Yahuwah. What? The preachers have not prepared the people for the day of judgment. The preachers have not prepared the people for Jacob's trouble. The preachers have not prepared the people for the revelation, for the days of the revelation that we've read in our Bibles forever. As a matter of fact, the preachers have told people, don't read that revelation. Now, that book's scary. Scary. They have seen vanity. Yes. Suits and shoes, cars and clothes and rings and chains. Vanity. They can see that. Lying divination. The Lord is showing me, the Lord is showing me, the Lord. You divining with the devil spirit, you got a lying spirit. Talking about the Lord is talking to you and you on Sunday morning worship. You shoving swine flesh down your throat. You still bowing down knees to Baal, Ashtaroth, White G. What's wrong with y'all? Lying. And here's the reason why I know. Because when Most High opened my eyes, I told them. I told the leaders. And I've been telling them, but I told them. Most of them I had a chance to either tell them over the phone or face to face. So what they're doing now, they doing it because they want the money, they want the pride, they don't want to lose their church. More, come on, man. I ain't lying. I'm telling you what y'all love. They're lying with that divination, saying Yahuwah said, and Yahuwah had not sent them. They have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. In other words, have you ever heard them say, anybody else in here, they lying. All that, it's like magic, a magic show. Have you not seen a vain vision? Have you not spoken a lying divination? Whereas you say, Yahuwah said it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, because you have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I'm against you, saith Yahuwah. So here, say, Maury, why'd you read that? Because I want you all to see something. We cannot expect Yah to fight our battles if Yah is against us at the same time. If that makes sense, put a 1,000 in the chat. I mean, if that's clear as day, put a 1,000 in the chat. He says, if I'm against you, how am I be against you and for you? How am I be against you and steady trying to, no, I'm against you. I'm against these pastors because they lying. And of course, I'm against the people because they following the lies. And they love the lies. My hand shall be up on the prophets that see vanity. That ain't no good hand either. He's talking about the hand of judgment. And that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people. Neither shall they be writing the writings of the house of Israel. Neither shall they be written in the writings of the house of Israel. Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am Yahuwah, even because they have seduced my people, saying, peace. And there was no peace. Ain't that all that's being taught today? Nobody's telling the truth. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have shalom with Abba Yah. If you have not been put right with Yah, and faith means, of course, keeping Torah. If you haven't been put right by Yah, by keeping Torah, you have no shalom with Yah. How you going to have shalom with Yah? And you're not trusting Yah, not following Yah. Because that's the Hebraic word for faith. Remember, this book is written in Hebrew. So the people are off the preachers are off, and therefore the people are seduced, thinking that it's peace when there's no peace. And one build up a wall, and lo, others daub it with untempered mortar. In other words, that's an illustration to simply say this. Then they build up these false walls as though they are really strong fortresses, but everybody knows that what they're teaching and what they're building is false, that it cannot stand, it cannot hold, doesn't have strength. Everybody knows it. At this point, everyone knows Christianity is fake. Torah is true. Everybody know ain't no Santa Claus, so why they still doing it? Everybody know there's no Easter bunny, but why they still have Easter plays and Easter program? Everybody know Halloween is of the devil, so why they still doing it? Everybody know that Thanksgiving is really the celebration of the genocide of the Native Americans by the Europeans. Why they still celebrating it? Everybody knows that there's a dietary law because we done told them. Why are they still shoving all this ungodly stuff down their throat? I could go on and on and on. They're trying to operate on a wall of strength that everybody knows is just patchwork. Can't stand up against no scrutiny. I promise you, I could put my baby daughter, Ari, against the greatest Christian pastor in America. And when I talk to her about the Torah and ask them questions, she'll kill them with her answers. She'll be right, they'll be wrong. She'll win in a debate. Easy picking, easy. And they know they're off. Ari, this is a question for the pastor. Pastor, what day is the day of worship? Sunday morning. Early Sunday morning. Ari, what day is the day of worship? The Shabbat, the seventh day. For Yah say, remember the seventh, the Shabbat, and keep it holy. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Preacher, you want to continue? No, I'm okay. I'm going to go back. Got to get ready for my anniversary. Got to get ready for the church anniversary. Pastor's anniversary. You know, we got the deacon meeting and choir annual coming up. Oh, you don't want to debate no more. So you done in one. You one and done, huh? Y'all know that you're dealing with stuff that's false. We don't have to even talk about it. You all got it. But we know now. Verse 11. They say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that means it's fake, that it shall fall, and there shall be an overflowing shower, and you, O great hailstone, shall fall with a stormy wind, shall read it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith you have daubed it? I don't have time to get deep into this. I just want to read it until I get down to this one thing. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury. He said, I'm going to tear it down. That's what I tried to get to. So here we're trying to build up some kind of false thing among our people. And Yah says, everything you try to build up, if it's not about me, and if it's not about the Torah, I will tear it down. Now y'all understand why marching don't work? Because you came up with that. So Yah says, I'm going to tear up the marches. You came up with, wait, don't shoot. I'm going to tear that down. You came up with, we're gonna start looting. Y'all say, I'm going to tear that down too. You the one say, we're going to start burning up stuff. Y'all say, I'm going to tear that down too. I'm not going to allow nothing you do to survive, to make it, to change nothing. I am not. Y'all saying he's not going to allow any of them walls y'all building up. He's like, I'm going to knock them down. So every time you think you're doing something to get credit, Yah says, until you turn back to me and the Torah, I'm going to keep knocking all that stuff down over and over and over again. So I hear people saying, so More, man, the way you talking, it sounds like you saying Yah's our only hope. Hebrew. That's the name of the lesson. Yah is our only hope. So you mean tell me? Yeah, I mean to tell you. There is no more hope for Israel. School ain't gonna do it. Churches ain't gonna do it. Government ain't gonna do it. Programs ain't gonna do it. Y'all even had a black president, he didn't do it. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X didn't do it. The black Muslims didn't do it. The Black Panthers didn't. Nobody can do it. He's not gonna allow that. The only hope for Israel is Yahuwah himself. And so tonight, I want to just say once again to the families of these slain Israelites, I pray to Abba Yah that he brings shalom into your heart and to your life. I pray that this turns your heart to him. And that as a nation, I know based on the scriptures that only a remnant is going to be saved. I know that. And that word saved means delivered and rescued. But I pray you become part of that remnant. And if you always keep wondering how come you stand on the bottom, until we turn to the Most High Yah, it's part of the covenant relationship we're in as a people. So what about all these preachers that keep out here preaching these lies? Yah will judge them, believe me. They are under the judgment of Yah right now. Why you think all these churches been shut down? I've been seeing things the way Yah see it. And all this time, these preachers had time to study from our new year all the way to Shavuot. Every preacher in America had time to look at the Bible to examine what these Israelites are teaching. Are they telling the truth? But they were so busy trying to figure out how they gonna get a YouTube channel. And we've been on YouTube 8 years now, talking to Zion. They so busy trying to figure out how they gonna pay the mortgage and have their church anniversary and their pastor's anniversary. They didn't have time to try to research all the truth we've been putting out for all this time. They'll be under judgment. But Zion, I'm gonna end with what I've been saying almost every time. We need to ask Abba Yah to be a fence all around us every day. Let us be the remnant. Let us keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Don't worry about what other people say or do. You read the Torah for yourself. Apply the messages for yourself. Turn to Abba Yah with all your heart. Pour out, confess your sins unto him. Humble yourselves unto him. Ask him, beg him for his divine protection around you and around your family and around your mind and around your heart in these last days. Call on your Abba Yah. He said, I'll hear you. He said, and I will turn the captivity of my people. It won't be long, Zion. We about to go home. And I'm going to tell you something. Marching and protesting. That's not going to ever work. But turning to the Most High Yah with all our heart, our mind, our soul, and our strength, and that word strength means resources. If we turn to him like that and love him like that, then you can start seeing him moving on behalf of his children. One love, Zion. I have so much more to say, but I think we've said enough to meditate on for tonight. We will be back tomorrow during the Shabbat. We will be in another book. We're going to be in Isaiah tomorrow. We're going to be in Matthew, but it's going to take us to Isaiah. And then, of course, tomorrow evening, we will be dealing with Shavuot. So we got a big day planned tomorrow. I pray that you all benefited from the news tonight. It might not have been the quote-unquote good news you wanted to hear, but it's still the news from YAH. It's what we needed to hear so that we can turn before it's too late. One love, Zion, to the 12 tribes of Israel worldwide, and to all of the grieving families and the hearts. Morehyosh Yahoo from the ARK is saying this. I love you. I'm praying for you. Pray that Abba Yah comforts you and the family, and that's sincere. Shalom.